Welcome to our electric mobility journey. We will drive you through MOTICON, co-financed by Interreg Alpine Space, with 15 partners, 42 observers, 5 countries, 32 months of joint work and €2 million budget. Sit back, relax and enjoy our e-mobility adventure. Do you think that electric charging stations are all similar? That existing ECS network guarantees your electric vehicle a full charge? Unfortunately, it is not like that yet. E-charging columns need to be interoperable. Take a look. Even though there are more than 10,000 publicly accessible ECSs in the Alpine space, often they do not communicate, do not allow all payment methods, and are not mapped, complicating your e-journey. ECS interoperability is weak also because of public administration's planning instruments, knowledge in technology and business modeling. That's where MOTICON steps in. Let's start with existing e-charging solutions.
At the beginning of the project, still existed different types of plugs, especially in France and Italy. Currently, there's a new generation of charging stations with homogenized plugs that is being put in place in Europe. The biggest differences between countries are the way the people operate, especially to pay and to give information to the customers. Processes are different, and we want to make sure that people can charge from one country to another. The accessibility of the different networks, that is the most pressing question for interoperability.
What is interoperability and why MOTICON strategy is important for public administrations in ECS's planning?
One of the main outputs is what we call the transnational strategy. This is a high-level document that tries to identify the most relevant aspects that need to be addressed in a coherent and coordinated way in order to obtain an effective charging infrastructure and to allow people to easily travel with their electric vehicles.
Let's hear from Christina, our lead partner on local and regional implementation of MOTICON strategy.
The Regional Action Plan are tactical documents to foster the transnational strategy and adapt it to local vision, needs and objectives. These objectives are translated into action and are listed and ranked for all Alpine space areas.
From strategy to 3 pilots, eHub is a help desk and communication model for public administrations, stakeholders and citizens on e-mobility policies, initiatives and needs. Partners set up their territorial platforms for e-mobility infrastructure promotion.
eHub pilot action concerns the development of a web tool available to every stakeholder in the territory about technical information or business model connected to the all aspects of electrical mobility.
eTrail worked on ECS integration into mobility systems. It tested solutions and services for interoperability of e-charging networks, connecting ECSs in informational and e-roaming platforms.
Within eTrail pilot, we connected 10 ECCs in the interoperable network and now connected also within the larger interoperable network covering not just Gorenska region but other regions as well, and enabling a better experience for the users.
We created a mobility card providing the access to e-charging stations, to public transport, to e-car sharing and to bike sharing.
P&L tested ICT instruments for ECS's planning and localization. It included digital maps on users' needs, working with more than 300 citizens and companies' fleets.
The pilot P&L are testing means to support public administrations in infrastructure planning. Are we looking at the benefits of monitoring ECS companies and the role of companies in the infrastructure planning to determine the number of necessary charging stations.
Lessons learned from 3 pilots were elaborated in MOTICON guidelines for the integration of ECS infrastructural planning in local and regional policies.
The final guideline targeting municipalities, the public authorities' role in that field. It will deal with a framework, very practical planning and building charging infrastructure.
For all these results, MOTICON connected stakeholders in a transnational network. We set up a community of public actors, private stakeholders, and end users with meetings on MOTICON platform and in-person talks. Members have been capitalizing on their experiences and implementing interoperable ECS planning in their policies and installations. MOTICON adventure in the Alpine space has been possible only thanks to our great partners, working hard to support better accessibility and environmentally friendly Alpine mobility. Join us at emoticon.eu and support interoperable e-mobility in the Alpine space and beyond.